busy, and as you see, my status is going to be changed. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rishraff, back at it again with another video. And today we got the status system. Super simple, super easy, so let's get right into the video. We're going to go into the server script service, and the first thing I like to do is make a good foundation, so a base script. And this is going to be the leaderstats script, so let's just call this leaderstats. Alrighty, so now that we're into the script here, the first thing we need to do is get the game.players added event. So we're going to go game.players.player added connect function. And once you do this, it gets a little sloppy here. Do the player here, take this out, and then I think I pressed that key. There you go, skip a line. So your code should look like this. Once you do that, just say local leader stats equals. So what basically happens in the leader stats, for those of you who are new, you may think that, oh, everybody's got this down already. No, nobody's got this down. Nobody's got this memorized, at least from what I've seen in my coding days, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
So basically what we're doing here is we're saying leader stats is going to be a new folder. We're going to call that leader stats. See, so leader stats.name. So it's super simple. So all we're doing here is we are creating a folder. And then once we create this folder, we're going to just name it leader stats. Super simple. And then the parent is going to be the player. So you're like, what's a player? Well, what's a parent? Well, it's going to go right underneath the player and they will have it available to them. And it's a built-in Roblox thing. They handle it. Now, what we need to do is create the status. So what we'll do is say local stat, well, we'll call it status, equals instance.new string value. So you're used to int value. No. You want string value. And you'll do status.name equals status. So this right here, whatever you want it to show up as, you could do it as like call sign or, you know, whatever you guys want to do. I'm trying to think of more examples. I can just think of status or availability or something that, you know, it's like an enumerator for the player. So once we do that, we're going to skip a line. We're going to say leaderstats.parent, of course, is the leader stats. So I'm sorry, you want to do status. So status is parent is the leader stats. You guessed it right. And then we'll say leader stats dot value. So what you want to do is do the most simple one, the most base, the default value basically. So you could be default. So in my case, it's the only three statuses we have are offline, available, and busy. So we'll just put offline until, you know, they activate something, and that's it for the leader stats. And then all we have is a 6-line script. It's going to go into your UI. So it's very important that you do pay attention here. If you do not do this, this is the most important step. Look at the way I have my UI. I'm going to try and fit this uncopy lock place in the description so that way you guys can go in and mess with it and copy and paste this into your game. But what you're going to want to do for the script to work, I advise some scripting knowledge if you're going to change it. You have to have the UI, you have to have the frame. The frame has to be called frame, and then these have to be labeled whatever the statuses are. If you have coding experience, you can easily change it up. But we're going to make a super simple and compact script so that way you guys fully understand. So let's get into it here. We're going to right click on this screen UI, and then we will add a local script. Once we're in this bad boy, we just need a player reference. So local scripts have this cool ability. What you can do is you can access the local player. You can actually do that from the server side script, but it's better to do it from the local scripts here. And we'll say game.players. Remember, we just need to address the local player. It's super simple. So for the local player, it's just game, get all the players, and we'll get the local player that we got. Now we're going to do a for loop. So for I, so for the index, and then v. V is each child. What we need to do is say in pairs script.parent. Now this should all auto-complete if you're doing it the right way. And once it auto-completes, you're going to say script.parent.frame get children. That's going to auto-complete there. Bam. Do skip a line. I don't know why it does that. Stupid error messages. And then we're gonna say v.mouse. So this is where the spelling needs to be A1. Mouse button, capital M, capital B, 1. The number 1, and then click capital C. And we'll say connect. Neither of this is gonna autocomplete except for the function here. You're gonna have to fix the whack parentheses, and then we'll just skip a line. The line that changes it all is the player leader stats value change. So all we need to do is get our player. So anytime a button is clicked, we'll get our player, and we'll say their leader stats. This is not going to autocomplete. .status .value. Value is very important here because their status is just the string value. But what is the value of that string value? Well, this is it. Equals v.name. And it's very important that you do v.name, and the reason for that is because the name is the name of all of these, you know, text buttons that you're gonna have. I imagine you're gonna have more than 3, but this is just very simplistic. All right, everyone. And the cool thing about this is no events are needed because it's a local script messing with the leader stats, and that is automatically server-sided by Roblox. As I was reviewing here, make sure this says status as well, status.value equals offline as the default. I realized earlier in the video that I did not address this, so yeah, make sure this is all status and this is all leader stats. Alrighty, so now we've loaded in. We'll know we automatically did it correctly if we have the status up here, and then we'll click available, busy, and as you see, my status is going to be changing. So this is what's going to be happening right here. And literally, you don't have to do it in order. I was just doing it like that. You can mess around, and all the players will be able to see this. So you could do this for like police, you know, like status available, or firefighters, or you know, whatever you guys want to do in your game. Status system, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye.